How are things looking on the money or funding front at this stage?
Not very good. The money was definitely running out.
We're gone, man. We're gone. Money-wise is not looking good.
We're doing pretty well media-wise, but just couldn't monetize anything. And we had a month left at this point, and no, it was crunch time. I think we both knew we probably were screwed.
I think both of us were feeling the pinch of realising that 12 months is going to be beyond us.
So I just kind of at that point said, okay, I'm not going to make any more videos. I'm just going to film stuff and enjoy the sun because we've been in the cold a lot.
You know, we're still flying budget airlines, we're still staying in crap hotels, and we're still eating 7-Eleven pizza.
This week on 365 Days of Sport.
I know who the All Blacks are. Don't try to clown me. I know the fucking Maoris. Stop your shit right there.
Fried chicken and milk from Waller.
Look at this fella! No matter what it takes, we're going to fight for y'all. We out here for y'all. Thank y'all. Love y'all.
See? People just come to us nowadays. It's magical.
What do we sing?
Racquetball.
Racquetball.
Rob and Beefy are friggin' amazing. I genuinely have enjoyed the shit out of this. And if you don't watch their show when it comes out, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I
Now that's
resemble those
amazing.
comments.
365 Days of Sport.
Amidst the vast open state of Arizona is the city of Phoenix. Sand, heat, and cacti. Once again, my education of this place has been predominantly through the movies.
Son, you got a panty on your head.
Never gets old. Now, once upon a time, Phoenix was a small, simple agricultural settlement of around 60,000 people, up until post-World War II when the city boomed. Mostly due to its developments in electronics and other high-tech industries, which saw the city grow to a population of nearly 1.5 million by 2010. It's not a city you want to get caught without air conditioning either, because it's
hot! Damn hot! Real hot! Hotter than this is my shorts. I can cook things in it. Little crotch pot cooking.
Money was starting to get a little tight, so we had to improvise on lunch venues. This is what we came up with. Fried chicken and milk from Walmart. I don't think Anthony Bourdain's covered that one yet. Fortunately, in the US, Walmarts are never really too far from anything, including Arizona State University, where we were headed for a spot of racquetball.
What do we sing?
Racquetball.
Racquetball.
It's like squash, but with bigger bats.
I mean, I'd like to feel. I don't feel excited about it. I'm sorry. I mean, I've seen squash a million times. What's going to make me get invigorated about racquetball?
I don't know really, but it's the National Intercollegiate Championship. So
well, it's got a bit of
So
it's got a bit of
students,
prestige to the tournament.
Students from all over America and Mexico apparently have come here to contest to take out the national title.
Right. So there's some stakes at stake.
Oh yeah, that's a championship.
Stakes at stake.
There's stakes.
The winner gets steak.
As it turned out, my lack of excitement wasn't too far off the mark, as we were basically just watching squash with a bouncier ball. Beefy's nose for a promotional opportunity sent him quickly in the direction of Leon here, who was commentating the event for college radio. My main thoughts were trying to figure out where the after party might be.
That's what I love about these high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same age. Yes, they do. Go on. Yes, they
do. Racquetball, you fancy it? Taking it up? Played before?
Well, I'm not a huge fan of squash play. I've played it a few times. It's pretty exhausting. It's the lunge, the right gluteal, the soreness in the arse after that is significant.
Soreness?
Yeah. So, chance of death?
That's your area.
Sleepless in Seattle?
Very true. Beard rating is Eurovision. There's a few. There's not enough though. It's just clearly not enough.
It's seems my intended infiltration of the college party scene might have to wait until another day. We went back to the hotel. Real shame, I always felt Frank the Tank was completely misunderstood. So as we embarked on what clearly looked like another tough day in the desert, we made an important change to our breakfast venue. The Knights Inn Hotel in Phoenix North was frankly rank. We went straight to the USA's champion cheeseburger franchise, In-N-Out Burger. It was definitely great going in. We'll have to wait and see how the out goes. And what did Beefy have lined up for us today? Cowboy mounted shooting. Well, at least they will once we negotiate this gauntlet of screaming kids in this ferocious display of local wildlife. Yeah, pretty sure I saw most of these in Norman Bates' psycho parlour with his toasted cheese sandwich. That's an anaconda. Alrighty, what do we got here?
Cowboy mounted shooting. In fact, I'd never heard of it. I was scooting around. I think I saw, I was checking out some rodeos and what was going on, and I found this thing, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and thought, we've got to check this out.
Another day in Phoenix, sun's out.
This is more what I wanted out of Phoenix.
Yeah.
I wanted a proper desert, cactuses, cacti, and horses, cowboy stuff, trailers.
Trailers indeed,
Guns. Yeah, this is what I expected.
We're here to see cowboy shooting, or what they call mounted shooting.
Yes. I was hoping, to see, I've just been informed this might not be the case, but I thought it was going to be just gallant charging, shooting like
six
that.
shooting, bang, bang,
but it's a little more
either
controlled
side.
than that, is that right?
Well, I think the thing we're seeing probably is, they probably do that double-fisted,
It could never be a spectator sport, ever. Because any bullet could go anywhere all the time.
Well, we have had the lowdown on that, though.
Oh, they'd still use the...
They use
Explain.
Yeah. Well, the actual bullets, ammo they use is a powder style, and it can only basically travel 20 foot if you're lucky. The balloons have to be within 30 feet of the boundary, so if you're on the way past and shooting, you can't kill anyone.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a downer on the day if that happened,
probably.
I'd say. So they've got to avoid that circumstance.
Yeah, you've got to avoid killing people, killing spectators, basically.
I grew up working on ranches, and our family owned ranches, and of course, when I grew up, our heroes were cowboys and World War II heroes. Now there's, for young kids, are rock stars, sports figures, and Hollywood types. So back then you saw them in the movies shooting, and of course I grew up literally shooting on horses. We used to go out, and when I was a kid we used to make Western movies with an 8mm home camera, and we used to set bottles up on the fence posts and ride by and try to shoot them. Of course we were using live ammunition. And we have another sport called cowboy action shooting, which we use live ammunition, and they didn't want to use horses, so I left that board of directors. I was one of the founders of that sport too, of the association, not the sport, and I traded my stock in that for Winter Range, which is a national championship. Then I could put horses into it, and we developed this sport. Now we've got 15,000 members worldwide.
Wow. Fantastic.
All over the United States, Western Canada, Western Europe, even Australia and Brazil.
Cowboy shooting!
pretty good. I was most impressed by these automatic balloon blowing machines.
Yeah.
Whoever invented that particular one, he's going to have an absolute monopoly on the cowboy shooting market, I
He's
think.
probably sold at least 20 of those things.
Oh, yeah, easy.
At least.
Yeah. And should we probably design them so they break down and then they go replaced?
You've got to buy a new one.
Yeah.
You've got to buy a new one, fella. Oh, okay then. Where else can I get them?
Long term, Apple.
Yeah. Chance of death rating?
Just because of the horses, I'll go with Bambi. In case of a bad stumble and get stomped on or something, but pretty unlikely. You're not going to get shot, that's for sure. Or if you do, you won't die.
I was going to say it's pretty unlucky if you do shoot yourself.
Yeah.
You might have to struggle.
You don't deserve to win the competition if you shoot yourself.
Yeah, very true.
And your beard rating, you built it up so much before. Now, what do you got to say?
Yeah, it's definitely Eurovision. Eurovision with
brilliant.
With
just for a change. There we go.
Well, there's a lot of women here.
So off to volleyball.
We're going to go and see volleyball, yeah.
And then Dallas. Via Dallas to
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Yep, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Coming up next on 365 Days of Sport.
I know who the All Blacks are. Don't try to clown me. I won, and I'm a bad motherfucker, and I love every second of it, and I will fuck them up every time we joust.
Back into Phoenix Central, knowing we had to catch another sport, then pack up and go to the airport immediately after, is a feat that greeted me with a little concern, as the beef man always seemed determined to remain a sporting spectator for as long as we possibly could. Grand Canyon University, or GCU, was the venue. A nice, friendly Christian college.
Momentarily imagining myself in a young man's world, glancing about the crowd, I couldn't help but feel this was no place for a young man to try and uphold Christian values. God bless America. And they do love an anthem.
So look guys, it's volleyball. Not much to show you here, we've all seen it. It looks like this, you know it, I know it, we all know it. Chance of death rating is Sleepless in Seattle, and the beard rating, baby's butt. So it was a quick token photo with the team mascot and we were off. Exhausted. Preparing for a night spent at Dallas Airport.
We left the volleyball early. We had to fly to Dallas. We landed in Dallas at like 2 a.m. and the connecting flight to San Antonio from Dallas was like at 7 or 8 a.m. So we had 6 hours overnight in Dallas in the airport.
Second time for me, first time for Beefy that we had to sleep in the airport. There's no way around it, and it's not a good feeling.
Do you know the worst thing about leaving there? I've got a mate in Melbourne. His brother is in a band called The Struts, who are doing big things in the States. They were playing in Phoenix that night. Now, we'd planned to fly out Saturday morning down to San Antonio from Phoenix, but American Airlines actually moved our flights to the Friday night. So we were going to have a VIP night with the Struts, who are supporting the Killers, in Phoenix that night, and we had to get on a plane. Oh, can you believe it?
And they had those... Why do they have the armrests in between all the seats? Every single one of them. So you can't even lie on the seats.
I slept on a desk. Rob slept on the floor.
But not one seat in the entire airport doesn't have an armrest just to screw over potential overnight sleepers. Where's the accommodation there? The people of Dallas.
And then it was time to get some much needed rest. I need some sleep.
Mr. Pop. Eat.
Flying high above the city of San Antonio, Texas, we may as well have been on another planet after a ghastly night spent on the floor of Dallas Airport. But as the plane touched down and the wings turned to wheels, we were saturated in San Antonio's beauty. And even though I knew this was just a brief stopover, I really wish we could have stayed just a little longer.
Well, we've come to Texas.
The International Tree Climbing Championships in San Antonio.
That's it.
How'd you sleep in the airport? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I got 10 minutes in.
Really?
Yeah.
I did a lot better than that.
Yeah, I know you did. We got kind of laughed at yesterday when we told people we were going to the
Well, I was going to say that. If we spoke to someone, I was going to say, you tell people it sounds ridiculous and they'll laugh. Meanwhile, they're riding around on horses shooting balloons. You know, go on.
Yeah.
Nice one.
So there's a few different aspects and a few different disciplines. You've got, and there's a working aspect to this. Obviously, if you do need to rescue somebody that's fallen in a tree, how do you do it?
I would assume most of them are arborists who are doing this.
100%.
Yeah,
of course they are.
Yeah.
So as the band played on, we took a moment to relax in the morning sun. For once, a moment of peace and tranquility. And we were certainly a whole lot more relaxed than this guy. He scurried up that tree like a ferret, a highly skilled ferret in a bright green t-shirt capable of rescuing life-size dolls of pretend maimed human beings.
Plenty of time, mate. Plenty of time.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me that looks really annoying. And once again, wouldn't you know it, a New Zealander is a 3-time world champion. Exactly what the rules are, we don't know. But the box was ticked.
Type of stuff?
Could be. We can speculate all day.
We can. We could ask people, but there's no point. Chance of death rain.
I'll give it a Bambi.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, obviously up very high, but there's harnesses left, right and centre and secure as hell.
And it's lumberjack. Nearly every kind of, it's either dreads or facial hair.
I'm glad it is. It should be something like this. Should have.
Let's get back to nature. So a bit of a surprise. We've got an add-on this afternoon.
Yep.
Full contact jousting.
So once again, we were back on the road and it was time to kick back proper Texan style. The frozen lakes of Lillehammer in Norway and the blizzards of Nuuk, Greenland now a distant memory. When Beefy told me we were headed to the outskirts of Austin to catch some jousting. Yes, jousting. I imagined a couple of not entirely all there, sweaty southern rednecks on the back of a farm sipping on Jack Daniels, going at it on horses wearing hockey masks. I couldn't have been more wrong.
I know who the All Blacks are. Don't try to clown me. Losers complain, champions train. Judgment Day. The way they were measured, they were found wanting. I went out and laid it down, man.
That's right.
So apparently Sherwood Forest has relocated itself in Texas nowadays, and we got there right on time. So this is an actual proper medieval style theme park, but they've kept it old school. No huge machines and thrill-seeking rides, but more performers,
One of you kids are the reason why your parents are alcoholics.
arts, crafts, and beer.
So we found this jousting tournament, this medieval fair, and all these people dressed up in, costumes from the 1700s. There was jesters running around, people thinking they were knaves and knights and all sorts. It was ridiculous what was going on. People walking around with legs of turkey, just crazy stuff.
Good sirs, on you then about. At the ready, do now to charge.
I don't think Rob kind of knew what was going on in jousting.
It's actual proper full metal, in suits of armour, medieval style jousting.
I think he kind of expected some sort of WWE choreographed.
It wasn't. It was a medieval themed park.
So we saw it, and they're smashing each other. Suits of armour. The horses are huge. They're stock horses, so they're massive, and they just run at each other. They got 12-foot lances, and the idea is you've got a kind of a breastplate on, so you have to jam your lance into their breastplate, and the idea is you unhorse them basically. So you get a point if you hit that breastplate, 5 points if you snap the lance, and 10 points if you knock the other person off the horse. So.
Now, I don't think it's going to be too much of a stretch to convince anyone that this is completely and utterly mental. A sport that had its day, and quite rightfully through evolution and natural selection became extinct. Which is why I probably shouldn't have been quite so surprised to encounter a gentleman of this nature.
Now, let loose the god of war.
Charlie Mason Andrews.
Sir Charlie, Charlie.
I don't know, what kind of show is it?
It's a sports show.
Motherfucker.
Badass motherfucker?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go by Banff.
All right.
Sir Banff.
Okay, we can just bleep that out.
Hey.
Sounds good. Charlie Mason Andrews.
I kind of knew about this guy a little bit, only from research.
He's the unofficial world jousting champion.
He had his own show, Knights of Mayhem, on TV.
And is actually probably like an F-grade celebrity in America.
And I saw this guy out the corner of my eye, and I thought, we've got to cut this interview short. If we get this guy...
This is a classic one. Beefy just goes, oh yeah, this is what happens often. Rob, go interview that guy. Oh yeah, okay, sweet.
So, grab this guy. I made Rob do the interview. So I said, Rob, you talk to him, have some fun.
And he's kind of mental. But I liked him. Here we are with Charlie Andrews, the badass motherfucker.
Yes.
Self-proclaimed title.
Hey, I know, you can walk around, everyone else will tell you.
Everyone will tell you.
Yeah.
Well, you're quite a sizable chap.
Yes.
You're actually taller and more solid than myself.
Thank you. I'm even tall laying down.
Yeah, right. Most interviews I tend to look down on them, but crikey.
Hey.
It must help you when you're on the horse in terms of having that bit more mass. You know?
Well, it's basic physics, brother.
Yeah.
Mass plus acceleration equals oh shit.
Yeah.
So, I bring a big can of oh shit.
You got to work on your English accent. It's sort of.
Oh well, it comes in and out.
Yeah.
Right now we went Scottish. Fuck.
It was almost
Scottish
Canadian in there or something.
Yeah, well,
It's a good mix. It's a new hybrid, new generation.
So,
How did the results go? I couldn't quite tell who was who with the hat on. I sort of came in about a couple of jousts in. You won?
I won.
So does it go through to finals at 4:30 in the afternoon? Is that how
that'll be the finals for today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we go another round, and then the two with the most wins will do the finals tomorrow. Last show, 4:30.
The other jousters, do
Yes,
they generally go on up against Charlie before? Do you think they've got fear in their eyes when they've got to take you on?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can Google that. It's historically accurate. If you Google Charlie Andrews, you'll see the history of all my tournament wins.
How many years
You
have
got
you
a
been
couple little peckernecks over there in Australia
Yeah.
that talk a lot of shit, but they won't come over here and joust. Yeah.
This is a hard
Rod
man.
Walker, some of them other guys, like, hey, I'll buy your plane ticket. Come here, let me fuck you up, and I'll send you back home. It's all good, man.
I'm sure they appreciate that. He's really real straight talker. You know, you don't take.
Well,
any-
you know, I thought Australians were real straight talkers, but apparently not. They're a bunch of fucking Sheilas, and they run their fucking mouth, and then they don't back it up. They don't come over here, show up for tournaments, and they don't want us to come over there. Because I will kick their
Australians
fucking
turn up.
dingo.
No Australians turn up at all.
Smash them. Not
Because
against
like,
me, no.
you can be like the kangaroo, and they can be like just some pathetic little, almost like a platypus. You just stand on
I
them.
grew up watching Crocodile Hunter. I'd be a friggin'
yeah?
croc.
Yeah?
I'd be a big, nasty croc out in the bush in the outback. And they'd come out there and I'd say, Croc ate your dingo. Crikey.
A little bit of crikey indeed.
You know, and I think with the size of me, I'd make a good Foster's commercial, even though I know Foster's beer is shit in Australia. That's like our Budweiser. But
Oh, you sound like you're a very
but it would be a
versatile
good-
man.
Well, hey, I played rugby. Not that pussy Australian rules rugby either.
And partway through the interview, he was getting quite aggressive because I kept laughing because he was talking like a WWF wrestler, and I can't take that seriously. Like, who actually talks like that? You know, it's ridiculous. And I kept laughing and giggling at him, and he was getting more and more angry, and he was rearing up until somehow in the conversation it came that he found out that I was not Australian and I was a New Zealander. And he didn't like Australians. He hated Australians altogether. And as soon as he found out I was from New Zealand, he backed off, and I was all right apparently.
Ah, right. Well, I'm actually from New Zealand, so I know all about rugby.
Good.
We've won the World Cup the last 2 years, so
I know
we're
who
not too
the All
bad.
Blacks are. Don't try to clown me. I know the fucking Maoris. Stop your shit right there.
I'm part Maori.
Sir.
Yeah.
Well, I'm part Native American. We're almost cousins.
Oh, there we go. Great.
Islanders, natives.
This is getting increasingly more intimidating.
Well, now I
as we go
actually
through.
like you. Now that you told me you're a Kiwi, I like Kiwis. A lot of Kiwis came and played with us in the Eagles.
Oh, they do
team.
turn up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
He knew about the All Blacks. He played rugby himself. He played rugby. He's an MMA fighter as well. And he worked with the Navy SEAL. He's not a Navy SEAL himself, but he'd done a lot of stuff with them, I think. He's a hard motherfucker. If I was gonna go into war with someone, I would want to be by him because he was fearless. He does jousting in 2016 for fun.
To have a mindset when you hit that field that you're the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Period.
Still to come on 365 Days of Sport.
Most people live their life by fucking t-shirt phrases and bumper stickers. Those are the foundation of my DNA.
Merciless Tyrannosaurus Rex, Charlie bullied his way into the final. He was actually down on the score sheet and had to knock his opponent clean off in the final pass to win the match. Charlie's on the right in blue. We of course had to hear what the Man Mountain had to say about his victory. I took up the challenge of going face to face with him this time.
Well, see, at least now you know I'm not full of shit, right?
That's right. If he says it,
I went out and laid it down, man.
That's right.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day, the champion returns.
The way they were measured, they were found wanting.
This Charlie Andrews, he won. He won the whole day. So we hung around. We thought we'll talk to him again. And what happened after that? It was absolute. Like, I interviewed him this time, and the guy just took over. So you needed either needed a split staff, or to knock him off.
Aye, mate.
And come up with the goods.
And I went out and did it.
Yeah.
That's how, you know. Losers complain, champions train, and when the chips are down, you give them everything you got, and if that's enough, then hell yeah.
To be honest, the first two, he looked on form as well. He thought I thought he might have had a little better.
On point, he was actually ahead of me going in that last pass. He was winning.
Yeah.
My first lance glanced off. You know, that falls under shit happens. You know, not every pass goes your way, not every whatever, but that right there, kids, is why you keep on. You fight till the fucking end. You play every game to the last second, and you make every match and every pass to the last run.
And he was just coming out with these statements.
I think it's 90% mental, anything you do. Whatever it's rugby, jousting, fucking golf, fighting, MMA. Guys, you know, MMA think, oh, it's so barbaric. No, it's actually fucking human chess. With a lot of pain involved. And most of these guys are beat when we're still in the back. Because if you've beat everyone long enough, you become legendary. And people are already beat before you get in there. I could have got knocked off the first pass. I'm still going to get back on. I'm going to smoke your ass. I'm going to win that match. I'll tell you something. As people always ask you, what drives you? What does this? What does that? Most people live their life by fucking t-shirt phrases and bumper stickers. Those are the foundation of my DNA. So when you say what the mind can conceive, the body can achieve, I believe that. It's my fucking core value system. Like, there's no doubt in it. When you say anything can be accomplished, I believe that. When they say you can be anything you want to be in life, whatever, I believe that. When I walk on that field, I am going to fucking destroy you. Now, should you do enough to beat me? Well, good for you, fucker. Now let's go again. Let's go again. Because who wants to go again? Not one of those motherfuckers. I'll get back on right now. Right fucking now. Beautiful thing my grandfather told me when I was a kid. If you're ever fucking great at anything and you're great at it long enough, you'll have everyone hate you.
Well, that's.
And you look at any fucking thing out there. Football, rugby, any team that has had dominance, eventually even their own fans turn on them at some point. And I don't understand that about humans. Like, it's fucked up. Now, here's the thing. 4 or 5 years ago, it used to really bother me that people would boo me or hate me or be hard down on me. I'm like, you motherfuckers don't even know me. It's like hating Brad Pitt. I don't fucking know Brad Pitt. Why would I hate him? People don't even know them. Oh, everybody hates on Roy Jones Jr. Well, you never even met the guy. How the fuck could you hate him? You've never even talked to him, right? You're fucking stupid. And everyone said, any publicity is good publicity. So let the motherfuckers hate, because they're going to make me rich. I'm going to roll by in my fucking convertible Bentley and just, and something else, because this has really been bothering me. Fuck all this humble bullshit, and you can't go out there and have fun and celebrate a motherfucking win. Who turned this fucking world of ours into a bunch of pussies where you gotta go out there and cry and be all like, oh, I'm so sorry I won. Fuck you, I won and I'm a bad motherfucker, and I love every second of it, and I will fuck them up every time we joust.
I'll be honest with you, it would take $1 million for me to do that.
What would I do it for? Maybe 15 grand, I reckon.
Charlie, he's in. 15 grand.
15 grand.
Cash.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Well,
one time, that's it.
Oh, just the one.
In the suit of armour and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Beard rating.
Oh.
I know it's coming.
Santa.
Yes.
It's a Santa, 7 out of 8.
Yeah, very good.
Unbelievable.
The Talents of Death rating, I was getting on to.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Commando. I think Commando's spot on.
Yeah.
Which is the only reason I'm doing it. If it was Rambo 2, I wouldn't do it.
Oh, yeah. That's just that 80% chance.
Yep.
Well, there you go. That's jousting.
Yeah.
A
pleasure.
I'm glad we came.
I am
really
glad we
came. It took a bit of doing to get here, and we got here, and we did it right, and it's been fantastic. But Charlie has invited us back, so when we get the series, we're coming back. We're going to do.
Definitely are.
Yeah. It's going to be good. And
this is on the list.
Remember, Rob's going to be on that horse. What?
For 15 grand.
For 15 grand minimum cash.
Unless at that point I'm already really wealthy. If I've got loads of money, I won't do it.
In fact, the more wealthy I am, the more the price goes up. So that's at the moment I'm a pauper. So that's pauper's rate.
All right, yeah, that's pauper's rate. So when we're raking it in, you're it's 50 cash up front.
Nailing it.
This has been a great time. This is one of the best interviews I've ever done.
Nice.
Rob and Beefy are friggin' amazing. I genuinely have enjoyed the shit out of this. And if you don't watch their show when it comes out, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I
now that's
resemble those comments.
That's what we want.
That's right.
It's been a pleasure.
Charlie.
After a completely insane last 24 hours, tiredness had taken control. This normally results in dead quiet inside the car, and you can't help but take a moment to reflect. Time and space can send one's mind to some strange places, and it's during these moments, internally, one's determination to stay positive can be challenged. You start questioning what you're doing. Start questioning whether we're even going to finish this journey. Or are we doing something wrong?
I honestly thought, it would have been a lot easier to bring in a bit of income along the way, and it just hasn't worked out. I didn't quite realise how tough the US market was going to be to kind of even get some coverage. Ever since day one in the States when we got here in January, I've been fighting fires, and trying even to get some local radio or TV or even some newsprint. Nothing, absolutely nothing. That's been the worst thing for me to handle. It's not great fun when you can only really eat twice a day. You've got to really keep a lid on these finances and make sure you don't blow, because we've still got 7 months to go.
You can do it, Dad.
Rob, Texas sun's out again for you.
How much better is this than 6 weeks ago in the freezing cold?
Yeah.
This actually feels.
No.
I'll be honest. This is sort of more like, how people think we're just on a holiday.
Yeah.
This feels more like we're on a holiday.
Just done 4 hours of foot golf, man.
Well, yeah, driving around the car. Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
Real tough.
Foot golf is one of the fastest growing sports in the USA. It's quite simply golf with a soccer ball. The holes are made larger and the fairways are shortened accordingly. We had hopes of taking part in the day, but the turnout was so huge they didn't have any room to fit us in. So we sought some insight from those who seemed to have half an idea. Former Houston Dynamo footballer Brian Ching, as well as staunch foot golf ambassador from New Orleans, Mr. Joshua Alt.
Alrighty, we've got Brian Ching, who's kind of the figurehead for the Houston Foot Golf Tournament today, and you've brought out a lot of people to come and play.
Well, it's a fun event. I think once I played it for the first time about 6 months ago, one of my buddy's bachelor's parties, and I was like, we got to get this in here in Houston. And so, thanks to the Park and Rec, they actually made the course and allowed us to come and play and actually raise some money. So
that's a real good thing. I mean, there are 200 players today as well, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, it was awesome. You're always skeptical when you put something on for the first time what the turnout's going to be, but the people came out in full force and seemed like they love it, although we made the course a little impossible at times.
We saw some holes that are just absolutely ridiculous. But I guess that's a little bit half the fun. But to be honest, you need people coming back. They want to enjoy it.
Yeah, I think so, and I think everyone walked out here with smiles on their face. We couldn't ask for better weather.
Fantastic, we love it.
Right, here we are, Glenbrook Golf Course. We've just finished a round of foot golf. We've got Josh Alt here, who's travelled all the way up from New Orleans.
I have. Me and my friend Colin Richmond, we drove all the way from New Orleans, about 5 or 6 hours away to enjoy this beautiful course. So it's been fun.
That's plenty of time to get Eye of the Tiger on and get psyched up. Is that sort of the
Well, I
idea?
actually slept most of the way.
Oh,
so
right.
he drove, but yeah, I was definitely rested up.
You go for more of a peaceful sort of Buddhist approach. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. you lost your temper a bit out there today, though. It didn't really work. I must have. I didn't notice.
I did.
Yeah.
Too hard. God damn, too hard.
Makes a difference not having to run or tackle or actually, prepare.
Yeah, I'm happy just kicking the ball straight instead of doing all this cutting. It hurts the knees these days, you know.
That's it. And we saw you bring out the left peg, a couple of times on the course. Somebody actually said, I've never seen Brian kick with his left foot ever. It's used for standing.
Most of them probably say they never see me kick the ball. They just use my head. So I try to kick it up to myself and head it, but it didn't work today.
Are you a soccer player that decided they wanted to play golf, or are you a golfer that couldn't be asked playing for a team and just started kicking a ball around?
I actually don't play soccer.
Okay.
I used to kick when I was younger, and I heard about the sport, and I was like, the ball's not moving? That sounds perfect. I can kick a ball that's not moving. And I found out about it, and I'm addicted. I've been playing for about a year now, and I've played in 10 different courses across 5 different states.
It's a lot less technical than normal golf, so you can you can jump straight in.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of people out here from people who've never kicked a soccer ball before to professionals, and it's a fun game, and that's the thing. And I think I'm definitely going to do it a lot more. It's a great exercise, and it gets me outdoors.
So no time to stick around and enjoy the Houston weather and have a few beers? And
that's up to my ride, so we'll see. But probably not, man. We got to get home. But Houston was nice. The NCAA tournament was here. Met some cool guys from New Zealand and Wales. So they were nice. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I don't like the Welsh so much.
No, I've heard that. So.
All sorts of horrible things.
Yeah, right.
Brian, thanks for your time.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of the day, and like I said, thanks for inviting us along, and hopefully we'll see you again.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Well, thanks so much for having a quick chat to us.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate your.
Where does 82 leave you in the rankings?
I want to say I did top 10. Top 10.
That's
I'll
pretty
take
good.
top 10. Yeah, man. First time playing the course. Actually, it's everybody's first time playing the course.
Get any division of the winnings for the top 10?
I don't believe so, but
just steal the charity, mate.
Yeah. Actually, don't tell anybody. We already left with it, so hopefully they don't realize it. But it was fun, man.
Cheers, Josh. Thanks for chatting to us.
Definitely.
So, in conclusion, the chance of death is a 0.
And beard's a baby's bum. There's like 10.
Okay.
It's ridiculously bad.
Lots of Mexican, Hispanic people.
Yeah.
They don't do a lot of it.
They don't. You're right.
Yeah.
They can't. I just think it's.
They get the Sanchez.
Yeah. The Sanchez.
Yeah, the Sanchez Mo.
Oh, the
Yeah.
coiffured, like trimmed and just.
That's what it's called.
Is it?
Yeah.
I never knew that. Don't know why. Why is it called Sanchez?
Because it's most familiar with Mexican Hispanic people.
Okay, there you
they
go.
don't shave for a month; they just get this thin little.
Right. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah. See, there you
That's
go.
all they get. No growth.
Yep.
So that's foot golf.
Yeah, foot golf. We love it.
We love it.
I'm keen to play as well. So if anyone wants to take me on, I'm keen.
Let's go have another burger.
In-N-Out burger. Oh
No, not In-N-Out. I said another burger.
Just another burger.
I don't know. We've had burgers a lot lately.
Yeah, we have,
They're
actually.
becoming very Americanized. They're making them here at the golf club. They look pretty awesome.
Do they?
Yeah. But I just feel bad having burgers all the time.
Well, what's the other options?
Waffle House.
That is an option. Yeah.
All right, that's a wrap on foot golf.
I'm up for pizza.
Well, it's been a while. We could do
Yeah, we
pizza.
haven't had pizza for a while.
Okay, we'll think about that.
Have you seen 7-Eleven? That's all we can afford.
Fuck a 7-Eleven.
Taking a piss. And, this is foot golf from Houston in the Texas sun.
Day 163 rolled around in such a blur we felt like a couple of hares high on speed, leaving the fabled tortoise in the dust. Arena football was the occasion of pursuit, and the Corpus Christi Fury were the hosting team. We had been promised big things by club president Chad Dittman, and the drive down, although a little long, was an enjoyable one. Upon arrival into Corpus Christi, however, the vibe turns a little odd.
It was a strange place because if you go, so it's on the sort of it's on the coast in Texas, down the line a bit, and if you go along the beachfront, there's these ginormous mansions everywhere, as far as you can see. Stunning places that overlook, like just ridiculous, huge places. If you go, 2 blocks, 3 blocks inland, it's just derelict, just run down, and we couldn't work out where the city centre was because there was no people anywhere.
When I used to live in Texas, go to university in Texas, Corpus Christi used to be a big kind of spring break type thing in South Padre Island and all that. It used to be a big thing, and we'd drive around Corpus Christi and it's an absolute bomb site. It is, you'd never ever want to live there. And I'm thinking, there was hardly any bars. The town was shut. We actually drove along the beachfront and there was some nice houses and you think, probably there was some development 15, 20 years ago. That was going to be the place to be. And there's a Navy base or something down there. There's a bit of a university, but yeah, there's nothing there.
So I think it was well established that we'd driven into an absolute shithole. But the fact was we had a task to complete. And as we arrived at Corpus Christi's American Bank Center Arena, it seemed there was, to our surprise, some mild trace of a beating heart in the city.
So Corpus Christi were playing New Mexico in its arena football, indoor American football. So they've got a 10,000 seater stadium and there was probably, 600, 700 people there. And I'd been in touch with the guy that owns the club. And he wanted to make a big deal of us being there. But we kind of got in. So I had to ring him and he came out and gave us tickets and all sorts. And he said, yeah, I'm going to, I'll make sure we introduce you and everything else. And when we got into the stadium, even it was meant to be 10 minutes before kickoff, and they were still pasting advertising onto the pitch.
The way they cut their stuff together, like their sports events together there, they do it like mega action, like you're not supposed to have one moment of downtime. And it's if it's not sports action, the moment they stop, there's any timeout or whatever, the rock music just comes blaring. 18 cheerleaders run out and like a jeep with some guy with a cannon shooting t-shirts into the crowd.
And during the game, every break in play was something inane and stupendous was happening. They were driving Zambonis around the pitch throwing t-shirts to the crowd. There was nobody there.
The game, of course, ended up going down to the wire, and the Corpus Christi Fury came up with the goods in the final play. Beefy and I thought we'd head down to the field to chase down one of the players. Turned out we didn't need to.
Look at this fella! Yeah. Alrighty.
What's up, baby? What a great win tonight. Thanks to everybody at Corpus Christi for coming out and supporting us. From the bottom of my heart and my teammates and my coaches, man. Thank y'all. We love y'all. Please be at the next game, No matter what it takes, we're going to fight for y'all. We out here for y'all. Thank y'all. Love y'all.
Right after. See, people just come to us nowadays. It's magical.
You don't need to ask any questions.
No, don't have to.
Very enjoyable game. Action-packed. But on the whole, I'd say they need to work on their promotion.
What? Fit some more in?
Not enough t-shirts, not enough. Not enough t-shirts, not enough throwing shit on the field.
Not enough cars on the field. Fair credit to Chad. He keeps it going. Heart and soul into the club.
They keep the music going. Yeah. It's great to watch if you're dehydrated and got a headache and hungry and thirsty. It's great having that music just pounding the whole time.
That's it. Yeah. So they try and put on a show, try and keep people in, kind of.
It's the thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts, and like I said, if you put any more thought into it, they'd probably die. Talking of dying, segue.
Sleepers in Seattle.
Yes. And baby's bum, because just looking around, None of them. Yeah, what can we say? Corpus Christi, we've come a long way from
Yep,
this.
it's currently 10:35.
And it's only a 3.5 hour drive.
1 in the morning.
Back to you, Sam. We're flying to Canada.
Yeah. Good.
Flying to Canada tomorrow.
Yep.
And yeah, a lot of fun.
Next week on 365 Days of Sport.
We flew to Toronto for... I should better remember it now because I couldn't remember it when I went through customs.
No cars. There was no rental cars in Toronto Airport. How does that work?
And they asked me what I was there for. And I was like, oh, I'm a sports journalist. And they're like, well, what sport are you seeing? I don't know.
Right, well, there's nothing happening. We might as well go to Los Angeles.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Keep trucking.
I wonder if he always runs like that. I'm not running, I'll tell you now.
So as day 163 came to an end, our fate still rested somewhere between the internet and the desert. Would we find the money to continue? Well, probably not. But we weren't going down without a fight. And you never know what might be around the corner. Either way, for the most part, we were still smiling.